Am I audible to you?
Yes.
Okay.
Good morning, sir.
I'm not your sir. I'm also a student like you. Well, good morning. Okay. So first of all, I'd like to start with my introduction. Okay. So myself, Mukul Yadav. A lot of you are calling me by sir. So first of all, I'd like to clear that I'm not a sir. I'm also a student in BCA first year. Okay. And this is a session on personality development. So here are some things you can see on your screen which, which define who am I. Okay. So I'd like to thank Ms. Anjali Manchanda who hasn't been able to join us because of some family urgent, but we're gonna start with the meeting. Okay. So firstly, I'd like to thank you all to join our free webinar. Okay. So before we start, I'm so excited to know how many of you already know what is a personality. Anybody answer me this question?
Personality is something that takes you out of the crowd.
Okay.
गुड मॉर्निंग ऑल। एक मिनट में डिस्टर्ब कर रही हूँ। मुकुल स्टार्ट कर दिया बेटा आपने?
Yes, ma'am, about to.
हाँ ठीक है, वेरी गुड। बड़ा अच्छा इनिशिएटिव लिया। मेरे को थोड़ा सा ट्रेवल करना पड़ रहा है कुछ फैमिली एजेंसी की वजह से, इसलिए मैं पूरा ज्वाइन नहीं कर पाऊंगी। स्टिल आई थॉट कि मैं तुम
That's
सबको
all.
ऑल द बेस्ट कह दूं। कीप इट अप, कुछ अच्छा आउटपुट निकाल के मुझे दिखाना, ठीक है? नेक्स्ट सारे सेशन में कोशिश करूंगी पूरे ज्वाइन करूं। आज मुझे थोड़ा सा कुछ अर्जेंट है, मैं कहीं ट्रेवल कर रही हूँ। ठीक है बेटा?
Thank
Okay,
you so
ma'am.
much,
Thank
ma'am.
you.
ओके बेटा, ओके ओके, ऑल द बेस्ट।
Okay. Anybody else apart from Trilok who knows the meaning of what is personality? Okay. So here's the formal definition of personality. You can read it. And apart from this, I'd like to tell you that what is a personality? Personality is something through which you can define who we are in this human race. Okay, if somebody is abusing someone in front of you, then you'll say that his personality isn't good. Okay, and if someone has a dominating behavior, he's helping others, so you would say that his personality is so good. Okay, so personality is not only about the behavior; it's also about how you're standing. Like if a guy or girl is smiling at you, then you'll say, "Wow, he's looking attractive." And if someone is looking like he's depressed or something like that all the time, then you're gonna ignore that person, right? So in this session, what we're gonna do, we're gonna try to enhance your personality from what level you are to an upper level. Okay, so personality development. Personality development is the practice of enhancing your personality. Okay, so in this session, we're going to discuss about some important things which are so important if you want to improve your personality, if you want to enhance your personality, then you have to pay attention to these all points. Okay, so we are going toward the points. If somebody has any question, so he or she may ask. Shall we head towards? So, first of all, dressing sense. Whenever you see a person, the first thing you see in him or her is his dressing sense. What is he wearing? Okay. So, basically, there are three types of dressing sense you must know, but if you don't, then here they are. The number one is formal. Formal dressing sense is something which you wear when you're going to office or a formal place, like you're going for an interview, right? So actually, it is very important for us because at the end of the BC, when we'll complete our third year, there will be campus placement in our college, and you have to be ready and you have to look formal, okay, in front of the interviewer because you have to crack the placement, of course. Okay, so In formal dress up, as you can see, you have to wear a formal shirt. There should be no fancy things on that shirt or trouser. And there are so many other things which you're going to discuss in the next slide. So the next type of dressing sense is casual. Whoa, casual. We wear it every day, right? Whenever we are coming to the college, we're wearing a t-shirt and maybe a jean. Or I used to wear lower too. So that's actually casual dress up. Okay. Last but not the least is your party wear. Whenever you're going out for a wedding or for a party function, you wear this. Okay. So there are some rules about all this dressing. So is there anyone who can tell me the rule for wearing formal?
Firstly, the shirts should be tucked in properly,
Hmm.
and the color of belt and shoe should be almost equal, or you can say black or brown combo,
Okay, that was really
and
great
and
actually.
so
Hmm.
and so many are other are rules.
Yeah. Uh, anyone else apart from Trilog? Okay, no problem. So first thing is watch. The wristwatch, you should wear a wristwatch. Okay. The second thing is belt. The third thing is shoe. Of course, why am I telling this shoe? You'll surely wear that shoe, right? No one's gonna go to the interview barefoot, right? So why am I telling you that you have to wear a shoe? So here's the point. As Triloki said, your wristwatch, belt, and shoe should be of same color. If you have noticed the picture which I have shown in the previous slide, the belt color and the shoe color and wristwatch were of same color. Okay. Next thing. You have to fasten all the buttons of your shirt except the last one, which is your collar button. Okay, so please keep this in mind. You have to leave the last button. You don't have to fasten them. Okay, the last one. This is very important. You should never pair a sports watch with the formal. Okay, of course you're going to a meeting, not to for a cricket or for some other things. Okay, so you have to wear a analog watch, or you could say you can wear a smart watch too. Like Apple Watch is something which you can wear on all these three getups. Yeah, Apple Watch is only the one. Okay, but try to wear a formal or analog watch. Okay, going ahead, casual. Keep it simple. Just don't try to make it so fancy. Okay, just keep it simple. Next one thing, you can wear a denim jean or it could be a trouser, simple trouser, okay? A t-shirt, shirt, whatever you like. And a lightweight jacket, yeah, that's the main point. Because if you're wearing a casual, then the best thing if you wanna add something to your clothing is just a lightweight jacket. I've seen so many people in the market, at the bus stop, who have a denim jacket in their hand. And that looks so pretty amazing. Next one is party wear. In party wear, you have to keep in mind that you have to wear only one statement item. What I mean by one statement item is, do everybody know that? Is there anybody who's gonna tell me? Okay. By one statement item, I meant to say that there should be only one symbol to your getup. Okay, like it shouldn't be like you're a a formal getup on the upper side of the body and you're wearing a denim jean. Okay, so it should symbolize only one thing. Don't show too much skin. Yeah, that's part of party wear. A lot of girls will say that they used to wear shorts and half top, of course, but that comes under casual. That don't comes under party wear. Next one thing is accessory. You can wear some accessory like earring or a Google. Okay, Next thing, body posture. This is the most important thing while you're talking to someone or while you're on the stage. A lot of people have asked me that they have a fear of speaking. They can speak in public. So these are something which you have to pay more attention to. The way you are standing shows how confident you are. Of course, everybody wants to look like a confident. Okay, so for this you have to stand straight. Your shoulders should be at back, as you can see in this picture, at the left side picture. The assume the black guy, the guy who's wearing black, is talking to these two girls. Then you can see that he is standing straight and his shoulders are at back and his hands are in front. So you have to pay attention to all this. Like your hands should be in front or should be at your back. Not in your pockets, not on your waist. As you can see here, your hands should not be on your waist. Okay? Just keep more attention. Okay. So actually this has happened to me a lot of times and my teacher actually told me about this. So whenever you're speaking or delivering a lecture on the stage, you have to keep in mind that there's a difference between both of your toes for about 6 to 12 inches. This is the must, okay? You have to keep this in mind. Actually, you can see that in this picture, the guy is teaching the other person how to stand like a millionaire, right? So you also have to follow this tip. Okay, so there should be a difference. Of course, if you give too much space in between your legs, then it is gonna look funny. Okay, and apart from this legs, there's something called movement. If you on the stage, you don't have to stay still, stand still, or you have to you have to try to move a bit left to right. Okay, you should change the place. Like if you're standing in the middle of the stage, then try to be on the left for some time and to be on the right for some time. Okay. Next one is hand gesture. This thing is very important. Whenever you're talking to someone, you should know that only 7% of your communication is verbal, and the rest of the communication, according to experts, is non-verbal. Then what does this non-verbal mean? This is actually your hand gestures, your body language. Okay, so if you have explained something to someone, then you can use your hands for that. Okay, there's sometimes you might have practiced it, like you're sitting in the class and you have to tell your friend something, but there's a teacher in front of you, so you just give him expression or just give him hand gestures that do this. Okay, that's called hand gesture. You have to use it. The next thing is eye contact and smile. A lot of people will say ki, why eye contact? Like we can read the body language of the other person without seeing in his eyes, right? And why we have to look in his eyes? So there's a reason behind this. So whenever you look into someone's eyes, it gives the other person that believe that you're interested in him, or you're paying attention, or you're focused in what he or she is saying. Okay, so you have to keep eye contact. This also makes you look attractive in the head of another person. You have to smile a lot. I have an example. Like I was crossing the road and there was a guy who was smiling a lot. It was about 2 or 3 years back, but I still remember it. I met a lot of guys in the streets and never remember anyone. But why? Why him? Because he was smiling and it goes directly to our subconscious mind that this person is friendly. Okay, so try to smile a lot. This is also a technique to look more attractive. Next one is language. Okay, so is there anybody who can tell me what should be the language you should use? Like you're on a stage, you're delivering a public speech. What do you think? What should be the language? It's a simple question, like you can answer in Hindi, no problem. There are 19 students. Are they paying attention or they have just put their phone on side.
Not audible.
Hmm.
Language should be according to the reason. Like if we are going through the local gaon type areas, then we should
Hmm.
use their local language. But if we are going to
Okay.
civilized area like colleges, office, businesses, etc., we may use English as the professional language.
Yeah. Exactly. Number one thing, I'm just assuming the current scenario. Okay, so I'm talking to you guys, and I know you all are civilized, right? So I must be using English or Hindi. The language should be, if you're talking to your colleagues, that language must be English actually. Attract others. I know this is a misconception. Like a lot of people say, the language is English, then you're intelligent. But still, yeah, people think that who's speaking in English is intelligent. So we should. Next thing is don't use any local language. Yeah, Triloki said that whenever you're in a village or you're with someone who's speaking local language, then you should speak in these like local language. But what I'll say, see, if you're speaking in their language, in their local language, then if the other person who's standing with you, then I don't think it's gonna give a good impression to them. Okay, just pay more attention to it. The next thing, it must be understandable by your audience. If your audience isn't able to understand what you're saying, like if your audience knows only French and you're speaking in Hindi or English, then there's no mean of delivering that lecture. You should know what language does your audience understand. Okay. Next thing is master a specific accent. There are so many accents like American accent, British accent, Irish accent. You can master one of them. Okay. So actually, personally, my favorite is American accent. I really like that so much, and I used to speak in American accent a lot. Okay. But apart from this, is to also have a neutral accent. Why a neutral accent? Suppose you have mastered in the American accent, and now you have to speak with a person who has a British accent. The person with the British accent will be pissed off, will not understand what you're saying because the pronunciation of the word is totally different. So it is a must that you should know neutral accent because neutral accent is something which everyone can understand. Okay. Next thing, your voice must have changes in pitch. The voice shouldn't be like a robot. If your voice is like a robot, if you're speaking in the same pace without any stress, okay, then what is the mean of delivering a lecture? The guy could just read a book, or a guy could just use the Google speech recognition to, to get that speech. So your voice must have a changes in the pitch. There are some cool points to look more attractive. Okay, so what they are, I want to look attractive. Okay, you also want to look attractive. Actually, everyone want to look more attractive. Everyone want to make some more friends. So number one thing, smile. This word has came about third or second time in our slide. So please have a sticky smile on your face because it gives the other person an expression that you're a very happy guy and you're very friendly for them. So you have to smile a lot. Number second is sticky eyes. By sticky eyes, I meant to say that your eyes should be stick with the another person that you're speaking with. Okay, this is the eye contact because whenever you're maintaining eye contact, it just means that you're confident, you're focused to what the other person is saying to you. Okay, yeah. So this is a point, deep voice. Now you will say, what do I mean by deep voice, right? So whenever you're going for a public speech or you're delivering a lecture, you should practice this. So deep voice, you can get the deep voice by a simple exercise. What you have to do, you just have to just have to, take your hand to the all the way to back, and you have to pronounce these three words three times: ping pong, ding dong, and ting pong. Funny, right? But this helps a lot if you wanna get a deep voice. And deep voice is something which looks more attractive, which gives which other person will think like you're mature guy. Okay, hand gestures, of course, if you're on a stage. No, actually, even if you're not on a stage, if you're speaking with only one person, if this is a one-to-one communication, then you have to pay more attention to this thing. Don't move much. I've seen so many people on the stage. They are moving a lot on the stage. Like sometimes they are on their left leg. They will give all the weight of their body to the right leg, or they are shivering, going left, going right. Don't do this. Okay. If you want to be comfortable with the public speech, a lot of people have fear of public speaking. Okay. The best thing or the best way to overcome that is, okay, somebody has messaged what is sticky eyes. Okay, so sticky eyes is basically nothing. Just you have to maintain a eye contact with the another person you're speaking with. Suppose I'm speaking with Trilok. Okay, then I have to maintain a eye contact with Trilok. Okay, what it is going to do? It is going to give expression in the heads of Trilok that I am fully concentrated in what he is saying and I am interested in his talking. Okay, now don't move much. Okay, so we were talking about the fear of public speaking. Okay, so this is the most big problem actually. This is almost for all. Okay, whenever they go to the stage, they just forget everything by seeing those 1,000 people in front of them. Okay, so to overcome this, what you can do is just basically try to move a bit. Don't move much. Yeah, I said it earlier that you don't have to move much on the stage, but to be comfortable there, you have to move a bit. Okay, by a bit, I mean that if you're standing in the middle of the stage, then you should be at the left of the stage in 2 or 3 minutes. Okay, you don't have to be there at only one place. Okay, next one is expression. Your voice must have an expression. Okay, so it should give a expression whatever you're saying. If you're saying a sad thing, that then your voice will express your sadness. Okay, and if you're very happy, you're very enthusiastic, very motivated, if you're going a motivation speech, then your voice should have an expression, your body language should have an expression that is motivating other. Okay, otherwise there's no meaning of delivering a lecture. You can just give a book, the another guy can read that book, because the only thing they are here, they are listening to you. The audience is only expecting that something is gonna come from the speaker and is gonna motivating them. Okay, communication skills. This is the most important thing. Actually, I haven't covered this in this session. We'll be doing this communication skill in the next session or next Sunday. But I'm gonna tell you a small thing. Assume someone from our college stopped at the last year, third year, okay, and he's based in C language, Python, all the languages. But when the company will come for the campus placement, and what they'll see, they're not gonna see your marks. They're gonna give you some real life problems, or they're gonna ask you some basic questions. And if you're able to answer them very quickly and very intelligent, then the company is gonna hire you. Okay, and if you have a load of knowledge in your head, but your communication skills are zero, and I'm so sorry, but the company is gonna kick you out of the interview. Yeah, that's good. Next thing is be a good listener. Of course, this is the most important thing because uh, yeah, is there anyone who knows Hindi grammar? Of course, actually, I don't know Hindi grammar. Okay, I only learn Hindi from my parents. Okay, I don't know that. So listen, not to speak. If you're listening to some millionaire daily, then of course it is gonna give you a positive impact on your life for sure. And this is the best point in the communication skill that you have to listen, not to speak. Okay, so we have come to the end of our today's session, and I know it was kind of quick. Like we have covered all the things in just 25 minutes. Okay, and I also know that I somewhere I had a cracked voice or I stammer somewhere, right? Because my English isn't that good. Like I'm also a student like you, but I'm trying to make it more better. Okay. And what I want from you guys, there's a quick challenge. And what you have to do in this challenge is you have to create a 2 minute video of yourself. Okay. In which you have to introduce yourself. You have to introduce only yourself, not your school, not where you live, not about your parents, not about your family, nothing, just only you. And the video should contain your whole body so that I can see that how you're standing, okay? And you can send this video to the group. If you send it to the group, then each and every one of us will give you the marks on that speech. Okay, like everyone is gonna give speech to all. Okay, so it is gonna be so much interesting. And if someone is not comfortable with that, if someone is not comfortable with sending their introduction video on the group, then he or she may send that video to me personally on my number. Okay, then I'm gonna tell you what mistakes you made. Okay, so we have came to the end of our session. Uh, Thank you everybody for joining. Is there anybody who has a question or who wants to add something new, who knew something more about this and wanna tell all others about this?
Mukul, I would like to know that what is the reason could be standing keeping a distance of 6 to 12 inch between toes? What could be the
Okay,
reason behind this?
okay. Actually, that's really a great question. So just assume if you're standing with so much difference, with so, assume you're standing with 20 inches gap in your feet. Now, how it's gonna look here? Like of course it is gonna look funny, right? And if you stand like without any gap in your legs, then of course then you're gonna do something with your hands and that and firstly this is gonna make you uncomfortable. How uncomfortable? Because you're gonna move your body from a bit left to right, and if there's no gap in between your legs, then you may fall down on the stage. And apart from this, there is this thing also. Like this is a standard. Like if you should be in between this 6 to 12 inches. Okay, if you're standing in a 18 inch, then of course it is gonna make a, no proper A, but yeah, it is gonna look so bad, okay? And if you're standing just without any gap, then it is also not gonna look good. Okay, anyone else, or do you have any other questions below?
Mukul, overall, we can say that this is our comfortable zone of standing.
Yeah, you can say that. Like if I ask you to stand right now, then the way you're gonna stand right now is gonna be in between this 6 to 12 inches. And if you aren't standing in between these metrics, then you have to practice to stand in this.
Exactly. Thank you, Mukul. Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? So shall we wrap up the meeting?
lot enough information for us. I really believe these are going to help.
Uh, okay, there's a message. Okay, okay. Thank you so much. I'll send you a feedback link. Please give some 2 or 3 minutes time to fill that feedback link. It will help me to improve myself, and it's gonna help me and you also, of course, because I'll be focusing on those points which you'll say on my next session. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. Have a good day.